Miss Rachel from the William Jeans Library, and it's time for Pajama Storytime. This is the best thing ever because I stayed in my pajamas all day long because I knew I was going to do Pajama Storytime, so why get dressed? Maybe you've had some days lately where you stayed in your pajamas all day long too. That's okay. We can do that sometimes, especially now. It is good to see you out there, and I'm sorry that we're not all at the library together in our pajamas, but I'm glad that you're out there and that I am here, and I can't wait to see you before too long back at the library. We are going to start with a song to say good evening to all of you. And George is here to help me tonight. Right, George? Yes, let's say hello to all of our friends. Let's all clap 'cause we're all here, we're all here, we're all here. Let's all clap 'cause we're all here tonight. Let's all clap 'cause George is here, George is here, George is here. Let's all clap 'cause George is here tonight. Let's all clap 'cause you're out there, you're out there, you're out there. Let's all clap 'cause you're out there tonight. Let's all clap 'cause I'm in here, I'm in here, I'm in here. Let's all clap 'cause I'm in here tonight. Welcome everyone, welcome. I'm going to start tonight with a fun book. This is called Touch the Brightest Star. It's by Christy Matheson, and you can help with this book. When I hold up the pictures, there will be some things for you to do along with me. I'm going to read this book to you tonight with the permission of HarperCollins Publishers. And are you ready? Let's go. Touch the Brightest Star. I have to get a little closer so you can see the pictures. That's good. Magic happens every night. First, wave goodbye to the sun's bright light. Bye, sun. Bye-bye, sun. Wave goodbye to the sun. Now, gently press the firefly. Do you see the firefly? Gently press the firefly. Oh! Press again to light up the sky. Can you do it? Press the firefly again. Very good. Now let's blow a quiet breeze. You ready? Can you do that? Can you blow a quiet breeze? Very nice and breezy, my friends. Look, we blew the fireflies to the edges of the pages. Let's pat the deer and say goodnight, please. Give the deer a little pat and say good night. Good night, dear. There goes the deer off to bed. Now, tap the sky beside the tree. Can you tap the sky beside the tree? We brought out a star. Make a wish and count to 3. Think really hard and make a special wish. I made my wish. Did you make a wish? Let's count to 3. 1, 2, 3. More stars! 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna swipe the sky from left to right. I don't know how that will look on your screen, if it looks backwards or if it looks correct. You swipe the sky with your finger too. All right. Wow! We made a shooting star. Now, blink your eyes like this. Can you do that? Blink. Blink your eyes. What a starry night we've made. Touch the brightest star you see. Psst. If you didn't find it, the brightest star is right there near the tree. That's the brightest star I see. Now we're going to trace the picture of the dipper. That's kind of like a spoon. You ready? Trace with me. Very good. Look, a little one. Let's trace the little one. The Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. Now it's time to whisper. Come out, moon. Can you whisper that with me? Come out, moon. There's the moon. Watch the sky and call. Hoo, hoo. Can you do that? Hoo, hoo. Now let's turn the page to see who's new. 2 owls in the tree. Rub the owls on their heads. Can you rub the owls on their heads? It's their turn to fly to bed. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply. Can you do that? Nod your head if you feel sleepy. Maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you don't yet. When you open your eyes again, the magic of the day begins. Thank you for touching the stars and rubbing the heads of the owls with me and making shooting stars and the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. And after story time, when you close your eyes and go to sleep, you'll wake up to the magic of a new day. But we are not ready to sleep yet, are we? No, we have more things to do. We are going to sing a song and pretend that we're going to go to outer space, to some of those places that we just saw in the book. Get your hands ready. We're going to go to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Excuse me. I have to move my bubbles that are waiting for the end of story time because my cat is trying to knock them over. All right, let's go to the stars. Are you ready? And remember, if you are a little one on a grown-up's lap, your grown-up can blast you off like this. But if you are a bigger kid, you yourself can blast off and jump up when we say blast off. If I jump up and blast off, I'm afraid I'll knock over my phone that's videotaping this, and also my head will blast off right out of the screen. So we don't want that, but you can do that at home, and I will do it with George here. Let's go to the stars. Are you ready, George? Far, 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 we're going to the stars. Far, 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 we're going to the stars. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Far, 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 we're going to the stars. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! And back down to earth. Let's go to the sun. Fun, 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 we're going to the sun. Fun, 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 we're going to the sun. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Fun, 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 we're going to the sun. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! And back down to earth safely. Let's do one more. Fly, 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 we're going to the sky. Fly, 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 we're going to the sky. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Fly, 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 we're going to the sky. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! And back safely down to earth. Everybody make it back down safely. George did. There's George. All right, let's read another book together. And this one I like a lot. It's one of my favorites. It's called The Full Moon at the Napping House. You might know the book that's called just The Napping House, and that one is by the same author, Audrey Wood and Don Wood. And this is the same house and the same characters, but they're having another adventure at the napping house. And we're going to read this with the permission of the publisher, which is Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. The Full Moon at the Napping House. There is a house, a full moon house, where everyone is restless. And in that house, there is a bed, a wide awake bed in a full moon house where everyone is restless. And in that bed, there is a granny, a sleepless granny in a wide awake bed in a full moon house where everyone is restless. You can join me if you start to learn how the pattern in this book goes. And with that granny, there is a child, a fidgety child, with a sleepless granny in a wide awake bed in a full moon house where everyone is restless. And with that child, there is a dog, a playful dog, with a fidgety child, with a sleepless granny, in a wide awake bed, in a full moon house, where everyone is, restless. And with that dog, there is a cat, a prowling cat, with a playful dog, with a fidgety child, with a sleepless granny, in a wide awake bed, in a full moon house, where everyone is restless. And with that cat, there is a mouse, a worried mouse with a prowling cat, with a playful dog, with a fidgety child, with a sleepless granny, in a wide awake bed, in a full moon house, where everyone is restless until a chirping cricket sings its song. Do you see the tiny little chirping cricket? The chirping cricket sings its song to the worried mouse. There's the mouse. And the prowling cat, and the playful dog, and the fidgety child, and the sleepless granny, in a wide-awake bed, in a full moon house, where everyone is restless. Can you make a cricket sound? That's a tricky one. That's my best cricket sound. Can you do that? That is a cricket singing its song to all of the restless people and animals in the house. The cricket sings a full moon song that soothes the mouse, who calms the cat, who gentles the dog, who snuggles the boy, who hugs the granny, in the dreamy bed, in the full moon house where no one now is restless. Everyone's finally ready for bed in the full moon house. Are you ready for bed yet? No, you're not ready for bed yet. We're not finished. We are going to do a song with scarves. If you don't have a scarf at home, that's okay. I am so lucky. I have a Storytime scarf with me at home. But if you don't have anything like that, you could use a scarf, the kind that you might wear around your neck, or a cloth napkin or something like that, or even a tissue, as long as it's a clean tissue, right? Not a yucky, dirty tissue, just a clean tissue, or a neck scarf, or a cloth napkin. I am going to use my Storytime scarf, and we are going to take a bath before we go to bed and get all cleaned up. You ready? This is the way we wash our head, wash our head, wash our head. This is the way we wash our head here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our knees, wash our knees, wash our knees. This is the way we wash our knees here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our belly, wash our belly, wash our belly. This is the way we wash our belly here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our arms, wash our arms, wash our arms. This is the way we wash our arms here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our toes, wash our toes, wash our toes. This is the way we wash our toes here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our legs, wash our legs, wash our legs. This is the way we wash our legs here at Storytime. This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we wash our hands here at Storytime. We wash our hands very, very well for a very long time. And we wash in between our fingers, and we wash on the tops of our hands, and we wash our wrists, and then we wash the palms of our hands. All clean before we go to bed, right? All right, we have another book. One more book for you tonight. This one is called The Squeaky Creaky Bed. It's by Pat Thompson, and it's illustrated by Nikki Daly. And we are going to read it today with the permission of the publisher Random House Children's Books. And this is another one of my favorites. I hope you like it too. The Squeaky, Creaky Bed. Once there was a little boy who went to stay with his grandparents in the country. He loved to play in the woods. He loved to paddle in the stream, and he loved his grandparents. But the house was old, the furniture was old, and he did not like the squeaky, creaky bed. Every night, Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night, and the little boy climbed into bed, and the bed went squeak, squeak, creak, and the little boy cried, "Ah!" "Don't cry," said Grandmother. "It's only the squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs," said Grandfather, "is a little cat to keep him company." The next day, he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home a little cat. Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night, and the little boy and the cat climbed into bed. Then the bed went squeak, squeak, creak. And the little boy cried, "Ah!" And the cat mewed, "Meow." "Don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat," said Grandmother. "It's only the squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs," said Grandfather, "is a little dog to keep him company." The next day, he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home a little dog. Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night, and the little boy, the cat, and the dog climbed into bed. Then the bed went squeak, squeak, creak, and the little boy cried, "Ah!" And the cat mewed, "Meow!" And the dog barked, "Ruff!" "Don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat. Don't cry, little dog," said Grandmother. "It's only the squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs," said Grandfather, "is a little pig to keep him company." The next day, he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home a little pig. Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night. And the little boy, the cat, the dog, and the pig climbed into bed. The bed went squeak, squeak, creak. And the cat meowed, meow, meow. And the dog barked, ruff, ruff. And the little boy cried, "Ah!" And the pig snorted, "Don't cry, little boy. Don't cry, little cat. Don't cry, little dog. Don't cry, little pig," said Grandmother. "It's only the squeaky, creaky bed." "What that boy needs," said Grandfather, "is a parrot to keep him company." The next day, he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home a parrot. Grandmother said good night. Grandfather said good night. And the little boy, the cat, the dog, the pig, and the parrot climbed into bed. Then the bed went squeak, squeak, creak. And the little boy cried, "Ah!" And the cat mewed, meow. And the dog barked, ruff. And the pig snorted, and the parrot squawked, "This bed's too old. Grandfather was so astonished, he sat down on the bed and it broke. What this boy needs, said Grandfather, is a new bed. The next day he went out to find one. Just before bedtime, he brought home the new bed. Grandmother said goodnight. Grandfather said goodnight. And the little boy, the cat, the dog, the pig, and the parrot all climbed into the new bed. Everything was quiet. The new bed did not make a sound. The little boy held his breath. And so did the cat, the dog, the pig, and the parrot. Until the little boy cried. Ah! The cat meowed. Meow! The dog barked. Arf! The pig snorted. The parrot squawked. I know what's wrong. The parrot flew to the end of the bed and perched there. Slowly he rocked to and fro, and quietly, very quietly, he squawked. Squeak, squeak, creak. Squeak, squeak, creak. Squeak, squeak, creak. All night long. That silly boy and all those animals couldn't sleep unless there was squeaking and creaking. Have you ever had a pig and a parrot in your bed? Probably not. Maybe a dog or a cat, maybe both. But I don't know about a pig and a parrot. I don't think I would sleep very well. How about you? All right, I think it's time to shake. Are you ready to shake? I don't want you to worry if you don't have something to shake with at home, because you can use all different kinds of things as shakers. You can put some dried beans. I have to get the song ready. Hold on a second. My computer went to sleep, which is what we're going to do soon, but not until we shake. You can put some beans, dry beans, in a water bottle, or you can put any kind of grain into any kind of plastic container. This is quinoa in a little tub. My favorite is rice in these two little water bottles. They seem to work the best, so that's what I'm going to use. And we are ready to shake. If you need to pause so you can go get something to shake, you can do that and then come back. Or maybe you don't need to pause. Maybe you can just go get it because it's taking this long for me to get our song going. Here we go. Ready? Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Come on and shake it with me. Shake it on your tummy. Shake it on your tummy. Shake it on your tummy. Come on and shake it with me. Come on, shake it up. Come on, shake it down. Come on, shake it all around. Shake it anywhere you want. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Come on and shake it with me. Shake it on your toes. Shake it on your toes. Shake it on your toes. Come on and shake it with me. Shake it on your knees. Shake it on your knees. Shake it on your knees. Come on and shake it with me. Shake it, shake it, shake it on your elbows. Shake it, shake it, shake it on your elbows. Shake it, shake it, shake it on your elbows. Come on, shake it with me. Oh, come on, shake it up. Oh, come on, shake it down. Oh, come on, shake it all around. Shake it any way you want. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Shake it, everybody, shake it. Come on, shake it with me. Come on, shake it with me. Come on, shake it with me. Thank you, my friends. One of my favorite things is to shake along with the shaker song with you. And we are almost finished, but it would not be story time if I didn't send you off to say goodnight with some bubbles. So if you have bubbles at home and you would like to blow some bubbles along with me, you can do that. If you're not allowed to do bubbles inside, you can take them outside if you're allowed. If you don't have bubbles, or if you're not allowed to take your bubbles outside or do them inside, then what you can do is see if you can tap bubbles on the screen as you see them from the ones that I blow for you. All right. There are bubbles in the air, in the air. There are bubbles in the air, in the air. There are bubbles in the air. There are bubbles everywhere. There are bubbles in the air everywhere. There are bubbles way up high, way up high. There are bubbles way up high, way up high. There are bubbles way up high. There are bubbles in the sky. There are bubbles way up high in the sky. There are bubbles way down low, way down low. There are bubbles way down low, way down low. There are bubbles way down low, and they tickle on your toes. There are bubbles way down low on your toes, and the bubbles say good night, say good night, and the bubbles say good night, say good night, and the bubbles say good night, say good night, and sleep tight, and the bubbles say good night, and sleep tight. Good night, bubbles, and good night to my friends. Thank you for joining me for Pajama Story Time. I hope you have sweet dreams, and I hope you are doing well out there, and I can't wait to see you next time. Good night.